Hello, guys. Welcome back to my channel. So if you guys want to see more video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. I also have a lot of exciting news to share with you guys, but I'm gonna save that for my next video. Thank you guys so much for your support and for being patient. So I spent almost 3 months backpacking around Japan all by myself. This is my solo travel experience in Japan. Back in February of 2020, right before everything shut down, I was in Tokyo for cherry blossom season, and it was amazing. I had an incredible time just walking around the city, soaking up the beautiful scenery. I felt so peaceful and free, and I thought to myself, man, I should really do more solo travel. It's so refreshing and rejuvenating to explore somewhere all by yourself. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want. You don't have to compromise, and you get to meet some interesting people along the way. Fast forward 2 years later, and here I am again. But this time I decided to spend an entire month exploring Japan all by myself. It was an amazing experience, and I really enjoyed it. But there are a few things that I wish I knew before I went. Now, in this video, I'll be sharing 6 things that I wish I knew before traveling to Japan alone. The first thing that I wish I knew was how difficult it is to purchase a SIM card at the airport. When I first arrived to Japan, I went straight to the airport SIM card store because I had heard horror stories about the long lines at the Japan Foundation booth where you can get the government-issued SIM cards. So I thought by going to the airport SIM card store, I would be able to get a SIM card easily, without any hassle. Boy, was I wrong. I ended up waiting in line for over 45 minutes before it was my turn to speak to someone. And even then they told me that they were out of SIM cards and that I should have made a reservation online ahead of time. So if you plan to get a physical SIM card when you arrive in Japan, make sure to do your research ahead of time and make a reservation if needed. Otherwise, you might end up spending your first day in Japan waiting in line for nothing. The second thing that I wish I knew was how easy it is to navigate Japan with the Japan Rail Pass. Before I went to Japan, I was under the impression that the Japan Rail Pass was only useful if you were going to do a lot of bullet train traveling. However, once I got there, I realized that the Japan Rail Pass can be used on pretty much every form of public transportation in Japan, including the bullet train, of course, but also local trains, subways, buses, and even some ferries. This made getting around Japan super easy and convenient. I didn't have to worry about buying tickets or figuring out how to use the machines. I could just hop on any train or bus that I wanted and go anywhere I wanted to go. If you're planning on doing a lot of traveling around Japan, I highly recommend getting the Japan Rail Pass. It will save you a lot of time and money. The third thing that I wish I knew was how safe it is to walk around Japan at night. I was a little bit worried about walking around Japan at night by myself, especially since I had heard stories about how dangerous it can be. However, after spending a month there, I can confidently say that Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. I never once felt unsafe walking around at night, even in the big cities like Tokyo and Osaka. Everyone is just so polite and respectful in Japan that it makes you feel very comfortable. I mean, there were times where I was walking around Tokyo at 2 a.m. and I still felt totally fine. Of course, you should always take precautions when you're traveling, but you don't need to worry about being unsafe in Japan. The fourth thing that I wish I knew was how easy it is to find food in Japan. I had read before going to Japan that Japanese food is not only delicious, but also very healthy and fresh. However, I didn't realize how true this was until I got there. I mean, I could literally find healthy and delicious food everywhere I went. Even the convenience store food in Japan is amazing. I'm not even joking. If you're a foodie, you will love Japan. There are so many different types of food to try, and it's also fresh and delicious. It is also very easy to find food in Japan because there are so many restaurants and cafes everywhere. You really can't go wrong by just following your nose. The fifth thing that I wish I knew was how easy it is to get around Japan without speaking the language. I was a little bit worried about this one because I don't speak Japanese, and I knew that not everyone in Japan speaks English. However, I found that most people in Japan are very helpful and friendly. And if they hear that you're a foreigner, they'll usually do their best to help you out. Plus, nowadays most places have English signs as well as English menus. So it's pretty easy to get around even if you don't speak the language. That being said, it is always helpful to know a few basic Japanese phrases. The locals will definitely appreciate it. The sixth thing that I wish I knew was how friendly and helpful Japanese people are. I had heard this before going to Japan, but I didn't realize how true it was until I got there. Japanese people are some of the most friendly and helpful people that I've ever met. They are always willing to lend a hand if you need it, and they are always so polite and respectful. It really made me feel welcome in Japan, and I'm so grateful for that. I mean, there were times where I was lost or didn't understand something, and the locals would always come to help me out. They were always so patient and kind, and I really appreciated it. So if you ever go to Japan, make sure to be respectful to the locals, and they'll be happy to help you out. Overall, I had an amazing time exploring Japan all by myself. I mean, I got to see all the places that I wanted to see, and I got to try all the foods that I wanted to try. Plus, I met some really interesting people along the way. I know that solo traveling can be intimidating, but I really encourage you to do it. It's such a rewarding and fulfilling experience. I hope that my tips have helped you and that you will consider visiting Japan on your next trip. If you have any questions about solo traveling in Japan, feel free to comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.